Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So today we are going to talk about the show Nganele and do the full review. We are on episode 4, season 2. Nganele is a spin-off show from the show called Makoti Are You The One, where your partner or girlfriend or whatever fiance will go spend time with your family for, I think it's 21 days. After the 21 days, you decide if they are good enough for you to pay ilobolo. While that process is taking place, it would be great if your partner too, like your potential husband, will go also to your family so that you can see if he will do well as umkhwenyana. Okay, so basically it does not matter if a man is ready to be umkhwenyana. It does not matter if a man is ready to get married. As long as you are good enough to be umakoti, that's all that they care about. So what happens is that you go to the family and they show you the things of the family. This is how we do things in this family, and they also take the opportunity to abuse you as a potential umakoti. And if you can stand the abuse, that is an indication that you will do well as umakoti. Okay, so now we are in Nganele, where the very same couples that went through the process of umakoti Are You The One are now being followed by the cameras for us to see how their lives are like after umakoti Are You The One. Okay, now you guys, excuse me, let me say this when it comes to Sophie no Prince. Okay, Sophie no Prince is a couple, I think about Mandebele Bo2, which is a good thing because it's easy for the family to understand customs, I guess, and afanega when it comes to people getting together and getting married. Okay, Sophie was one of the people that was lucky enough to get a really kind and sweet mother-in-law when she was going through the 21 days, but she had a really evil sister-in-law that was part of the process. Ujabulile, you guys. Now here's the thing, you guys. I feel like Prince was wrong to actually allow Sophie to go spend the 21 days with his family when he knew very well that he wasn't even close to being ready to get married. He wasn't ready to get married because apparently in Ndebele culture, you cannot get married before your older brother gets married. They have to get married first and then you can get married. So if they decide they want to stay single forever, I guess you will have to stay single forever. So there was that obstacle when it comes to Prince getting married. But not only that, Prince really wasn't ready financially because they're talking about Prince not having a job for a very long time now, and they are saying, I think he's been working for like a month. I even doubt that, you guys. I just feel like it's a story that they made up that he actually got a job. I don't feel like he does have a job. So not only was he financially not ready, but there was an obstacle with this cultural thing that they have to follow, where a younger brother cannot get married before the older brother. So I don't know what business he had to take Sophie to his family and do that whole 21 days, because he knew that after the 21 days he wasn't going to be able to do what was expected on the show, which was send a letter to Sophie's family and tell them when you are coming to pay ilobolo. So to this day, Prince hasn't done it. Excuse me. They also have a son, you guys, together. So there's an issue of inhlawulo, because at some point he went and paid inhlawulo 3 years ago, and he didn't pay all of it. Excuse me. He didn't pay all of it. I don't know what's happening because I haven't been drinking anything. Okay. He didn't pay inhlawulo in full. So there's still inhlawulo outstanding. Now there is ilobolo that the family is expecting, and dololo ilobolo. So I agree with people that are saying Sophie should not have done the 21 days. Even Sophie herself knew that it wasn't a good idea to do the 21 days, because if your man can afford to lobola you, okay, you know it. And if he can't afford it, you also know it. So I don't know why she did the 21 days, okay? And I do understand Sophie's family being upset about the fact that after the 21 days, after she went and got desired, the lobola hasn't come. But I don't understand the amount of pressure that they're putting on Prince right now. Because, guys, ilobolo, yes, it is an obligation if you want to take somebody's child and live with them and marry them and have children with them. But at the same time, it also has to feel like a man wants to do it, okay? That a man is not put under pressure to do it. So it's almost like an obligation that is that works better when a person volunteers to pay it. Okay, so now when you push it too much, when you push a man too much to pay the lobola, one day he's going to come to you and say, mina angafune nakukulobola, ifamily yakho that was on my case every other day talking about how much they want imali, how much I owe them, but it's not like I was ready to do that, because these men will do that. So it's starting to feel like Sophie's family is doing too much in terms of pressing for this lobola. It's like there is no other conversation that is taking place in this family. They just want ilobola, and they talk about it as if it's to you owe us. Even her brother, you guys, it is on there in the conversation. The aunties are there. Everybody, every time they're meeting, that's all that they're talking about, how much they want Prince to pay the debts. Okay, so it's starting to feel like that. Okay, I don't feel like Sophie at this point is enjoying any time with her family, because when she's with her family, the only thing they're talking about is ilobolo. So right now, you guys, Prince is working, but not really. So it's that kind of a situation. And Sophie seems to be doing very well in her career. I think she's into property business, and so they've just moved to a really nice place. So financially, she's the one that is taking care of them as the couple, and also taking care of her child. In addition to that, the very evil sister-in-law Ujabulile, the one she didn't get along, her child is studying close to where Sophie and Prince are living, so she came and lives with them. Okay. So now I'm like, isibindi sikajabulile ukuthi ingane yakhe iyohlala noSophie engamfuni kanjena uSophie. Okay, so the family is not happy with that. The auntie Sophie comes to visit to Sophie at her place. I'm assuming that maybe Sophie's parents are no longer living, because she's the one that is taking that place, Yoguba Mama. So she comes to visit her place. She says she wanted to see the place, but I also think that she was there to just spy on them. Okay, see, are they living together? What's the living arrangement there? Okay, and then when she gets there, Prince is there, and the conversation of them wanting ilobolo, it's been 3 years already, you haven't paid, is taking place. And then when she finds out Jabulile's child is living there, I think she's like, yo, not only are you taking care of Prince, you are also taking care of his sister's child. Kanjan, these people are going to use you and leave you. I feel like, you guys, she's got a point there. They might use her and lose her, but at the same time, Sophie is an adult. She's choosing it. She's like, listen, umntana uzofunda lana, so what does that have to do with me? If umntana needs a place to stay and I do have space, why not? Why would I not help a child? Yes, I don't like her mother, but by the way, I don't know if anyway, I don't like the mother, but I will still help. Okay. And so that's what happened. Okay, so the aunt is even more upset now about the fact that the child is living with them, when it's a child Gajablulo, who was the one that was mistreating Sophie, you guys. Then with Pinky and Sean, you guys, here's the thing. Pinky and Sean were also on Makoti Are You the One. It was a challenging journey for Pinky, but I mean, she coped. And then immediately after that, she was dealing with the issue of not being able to fall pregnant. However, I do feel like they have not done enough. Her and Sean have not done enough, honestly, to find out if really it is impossible for them to naturally fall pregnant. I feel like the doctors never said that in the season of Makoti of Are You the One, when they were still talking about having a baby. I think the concern was the weight, and I think she has diabetes, or she has signs of diabetes, but there's something about her and diabetes. Okay, so now, you guys, I feel like at this point, maybe if she made a little bit of an effort to lose weight, and she takes the medication that was recommended to her to take, and maybe she might have a chance to fall pregnant naturally. But even if she doesn't fall pregnant naturally, then they haven't done the thing of going to the doctors and saying, listen, we've tried and it's not happening. What are the other options that we might have? Okay, and they're giving those options, and they consider all of those options, and then, you guys, they even get to a point where they consider surrogacy. So I'm not understanding why Pinky now is at the point where she is talking about a friend of hers being her surrogate when she hasn't done all of the things that you need to do to find out, can you fall pregnant yourself, number one. Number two, what other option can I use before I get to the option, yes, surrogacy. Okay, so now there's a friend that Pinky is convinced that will be the right fit for them, for her to carry their baby, and is trying to convince Sean that this is a good idea. Sean says that, listen, maybe I would consider using a surrogate if it was somebody that I didn't know and she didn't know, and like just a stranger, or maybe I would consider, but I wouldn't want to consider it because this person is too close to home. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about doing it. But there was something funny about that conversation, you guys, and I did feel like, I do wonder if this Itumeleng is has something with Sean, because the way that Sean reacted when he was being told that she is the one that Pink is considering for surrogate, to be their surrogate, I just felt like it was weird the way that he reacted. So I was like, I wonder if there isn't any history here. Okay, so Shonela is of the opinion that the solution would be for her to take the second wife. I feel like the only reason he is bringing the second wife situation is because maybe he is already cheating on Pinky and he wants to bring the other person to the relationship. I definitely feel like Sean is less what you call it, okay, less loving to Pinky this season. Okay, there is a distance between the two of them, you guys. I felt like last season Sean couldn't keep his hands off Pinky, and they really looked like they were really in love with each other. This season I feel like something is just fading off their coupling. Their couple is not coupling as much as it was coupling last season. Okay, so something is off. So I do suspect that Sean is cheating on Pinky. That's the reason he is even bringing the issue of the second wife, you guys. So listen, you guys. On the other hand, Prince had gone to talk to his family to say, listen, this is what, well, he doesn't do it this season. He had spoken to the grandmother, not this season, this episode. He had spoken to the grandfather, the other episode, where he was saying, listen, Sophie's family would love to have a meeting with you. And these are the issues, the issue of Intlawulo and the issue of ilobolo. So obviously the grandfathers or grandfathers / uncles of the family, the two of them decided to go by Ngwenya, which is Sophie's family, to speak to them and find out what is the complaint about, and possibly work something out, you guys. And they end up going to the family. Okay, now Auntie Sophie is so upset, you guys. I just don't know, you guys. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll have to find out how you guys are feeling about this in the comment section, because it just felt to me like they're doing it too much. Okay, I do understand that they want Intlawulo and they want ilobolo, but can they just take it down a notch, So the grandfathers do show up and they're saying, listen, we are here to find out what you are calling us to a meeting about. We do understand that, there are things that you expected of our son that he hasn't been able to do. But here we are. What is the issue? And then the auntie is able to express, first, you came over here, Nizokoka Intlawulo, and it was short. And then the grandfather that was there was like, okay, I get that, but I wasn't part of that, so I didn't know. But Sizolungisa when the time comes. And also the ilobolo situation, and also auntie doesn't like the fact that they are living together right now, but there's no lobolo that has been paid. And I'm like, amanye family, they will get the lobola out of you. Uthanda ungathande. So then, you guys, it comes out in their conversation that Prince is not really working, because the grandfather reveals, listen, the other issues, the issue on unemployment here, even if we wanted to come back here tomorrow to give you what you say you want, but Prince has not been working, and the mother is shocked by that. Prince is not working, because she was under the impression that Prince is working. She gets even more upset. She had said to Sophie that she was going to take their child, because I think their child lives with them, the auntie, okay, and visits Sophie, I guess, when she's off work and stuff. She said she's going to take the child back home. And I'm like, now, why would a child be punished because his father didn't pay intlawulo or his father didn't pay ilobolo? He says if by a month end she does not get ilobola, she's going to take the child and take him back home. And I guess the other members of the family agree with that, you guys, because nobody said no, but we're not going to do that, okay? And they're going to take the child back home if they don't get the lobola by end of next month. And I'm like, but that is just an unreasonable thing to say, because where is Prince going to get this money if he's only been working for a month, which I suspect he hasn't even been working for a month? Where is that lobola supposed to come from? Okay, this is how you find women now giving men money to go lobola them, because now the family is so impatient. Because where are they expecting that? If Prince is not working, where are they expecting that Prince is going to come up with the lobola by the end of next month? But that is the thing for them. They are saying that, listen, by the end of next month, if the lobola is not here, we are taking the child, meaning that Prince will not have access to the child now because he hasn't paid it. They are taking the child back home. Now, you guys, the other scene here was Unhlanhla and his grandmother. Unhlanhla is Unzwakele, who is Ntombi's fiance. They're preparing to get married, by the way. And this was one of those horrible families as in-laws, okay? The grandmother-in-law was the evil grandmother-in-law. The mother-in-law was the evil mother-in-law. And then the auntie-in-law was the less evil auntie-in-law. She would participate in the evil ways, but not all the way, okay? I guess okay, so finally Unhlanhla gets to have a conversation with Ugogo without everybody else, okay? Because remember, he walked away from their conversation the last time, that they were trying to explain to him why they never told him that his mother had passed away. So because they had not told him, he's still upset about it, and they were not being kind to him. They were like, listen, you're just being an ungrateful, spoiled brat here. You got everything you need. Aren't you an adult right now? Aren't you an independent adult right now that is able to take care of himself? You're even about to get married right now, but you are still complaining about the fact that we did not tell you that your mother has died. You know, how can you complain about something so insignificant? Okay, that was the attitude of the family. When Unhlanhla was saying, guys, my whole life I'm thinking, you are my mother, you are my grandmother. Now I'm finding out that there is another mother that was buried. There is a tombstone somewhere that I've never been to where my mother is lying under, and you want me to just act as if everything is normal? That cannot happen. I need an explanation. So finally, you guys, they do sit down. He makes some tea for his grandmother, because that grandmother is always wanting the tea, okay? I wouldn't be able to live with that grandmother, because I hate making tea, and I especially hate making tea that I am not going to drink, okay? Hate it, okay? Anyway, you guys, so he makes some tea, sit down, like, Gok, I need to know everything. Just tell me the truth, okay? But in the diary session, he says, listen, even as I am asking Granny to tell me the whole truth, I know and understand that he is not going to tell me the whole truth. But I guess he will still just attempt to ask him. Listen, you guys, I think Ugogo was calm, even though there are things that she says that she's still feeling like Unhlanhla is just being ungrateful. But she does say, you guys, that listen, I lost my child, okay? I lost her. At the time, I wasn't even thinking that my other daughter was going to be your mom. I was thinking that I was just going to raise you, because I was not blessed with boys. I only had girls. So when your mother passed away, I just thought it's an opportunity for me to raise a boy as my own. So I took you. I was going to raise you. But obviously, I had to go back to work, so I left you with your aunt. And then it just so happened that you ended up calling your aunt mom, but I wanted you to call me mom. I never told you that your mother had passed away, because I just thought it would be better to wait for you to finish school. And then once you are older, I was just waiting for the right time, and it hadn't come. That's all that it was. It wasn't like I was holding something intentionally from you. I felt like I was waiting for the right time to tell you. I guess the time never came, you guys. And this time I did feel like ugogo was more considerate of Nhlanhla's feelings, because I do feel like ugogo does love Nhlanhla in a toxic way, you guys, but I feel like she does. And I think she did want Nhlanhla to feel better about the situation, but she was saying in the diary session, listen, if it was me and I was raised by this woman and everybody's saying this is your mom, I will just accept that this woman is your mom instead of me wanting to find out what happened to the woman that passed away, because what is that going to change? But I get Nhlanhla, guys. I think if anybody told me that the woman that I've been thinking is my mom for so long is not my mom, and there's another woman that passed away that is my mom, I would want to know the truth. So yeah, you guys. And I like the fact that Nhlanhla said afterwards that he was feeling better, you guys, because it is big news for him that all along he thought that his mom was alive, but his mom had passed away. Of course, you guys, we still want to understand why Nhlanhla's mom, the one that is not his biological mom, was crying about Nhlanhla's dad passing away, if that's not a man that she had a relationship with. I guess, you guys, it's a possibility that the person that Nhlanhla thought was his father is also not his father, because if he had to put things together, that means that that man that woman was crying for might not have been Nhlanhla's dad, because what did that man have to do with this woman for her to cry so much when they told her that a man had died? That is still a thing that I still need them to explain, because at this point it is just not making sense. Anyway, you guys, like I said last week, I do feel like I like Pinky and Sophie and Prince's story. I like Nhlanhla and Ntombi's story. Pinky has a good story, but they are not telling it well for some reason. I don't know, you guys. They're not telling Pinky's story very well. It's almost like it feels like they are shooting just for the sake of shooting. It ends up not having substance, when what she's going through, a lot of women are going through that, but they're not doing justice with Pinky's story. So I'm not enjoying watching Pinky and Sean as much as I'm enjoying watching Ntombi and Nhlanhla's story, and also Sophie and Prince's story. Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about on this episode of Nganele Season 2, Episode 4. Guys, I'm doing so many shows, I'm forgetting what is what. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Cool.